Hey everybody, it's Sam Jacobs. Welcome back to the Sales Hacker Podcast. Happy Friday. We're here for Friday Fundamentals. Hopefully you know at this point, it's that short 5 to 10 minute format where we bring you actionable insights to help make a difference in what you do today. And this week we've got back on the show this week's guest, Alyssa Merwin. She runs sales solutions for LinkedIn and oversees the Sales Navigator platform, which is obviously a must-have tool for all of us. And we're going to be talking about 3 key things to remember in this new selling environment, because the rules have changed. And so you have to remember more. The context has shifted. And so we're going to talk about 3 key things to remember every time you go into a sales conversation. Now, before we get there, we want to thank our sponsor. Friday Fundamentals is brought to you by Outreach. Outreach triples the productivity of sales teams and empowers them to drive predictable and measurable revenue growth. By prioritizing the right activities and scaling customer engagement with intelligent automation, Outreach makes customer-facing teams more effective and improves visibility into what really drives results. Alyssa, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Sam. It's great to be back.
We're excited to have you. So here's our question for you. What are the biggest changes sellers need to be made aware of in this current environment?
Well, the environment is radically different than it was just 3 or 6 months ago. And there are 3 things that I think every seller needs to be doing differently. Number 1, we can't be making assumptions. No matter what you thought you knew about your customer, your prospect's business a few months ago, no matter how far along you are in the sales cycle, if you haven't had a conversation in the last couple of weeks about how the global, the macro, the pandemic, all of the things going on are impacting their business, some for the better and some for the worse, really understanding what's going on and how it's impacting their business, you are really going to miss the mark and probably be way off when you're trying to get this deal done. And so that's the one thing that we're encouraging all of our reps to do is go back, revisit the conversation, confirm that you really know what you're solving for, and those are still the mission critical issues for your customer. The second is that buyers are more informed now than ever. We knew that buyers were doing a lot more research online and they were more informed before we even got to the table pre-pandemic. But in a world where we all are spending a lot more time in front of our computers and have access to online forums and peers that are investing in different products, there's so much information available, and we need to make sure that we are walking in recognizing that our customers are probably already aware of who we are, what we offer, as well as our closest competitors. And so it's really making sure that we are approaching that conversation differently than we might have in a pre-pandemic world where we thought we could walk in and share what we had to offer and hope for a good outcome. We need to be prepared to really talk through how we're different, how we can help, and again, in this environment, why that's so important. And then the third is that our business cases have got to be CFO proof. There was a world, 6 months ago where I think many of us could get away with a great story and a great vision for what we were going to be able to do to help a customer. In today's environment, there are more C-level executives involved in every decision than we've ever seen. And so you want to make sure that your business case can get past the CFO poking and prodding at the ROI projections and making sure that it is a bulletproof business case. If you're not there, you're probably not going to get the deal done.
Those are such wise words. So recapping them to you, the first is don't make assumptions. You got to check up and check in with your customer to really understand where they're at because their world has changed. Number 2, buyers are more informed than ever. You have to understand that and understand that you are not just in the act of giving them information. You are really in the act of confirming and validating information in some cases. And then the third is your business case has to be super tight. CFOs, CEOs are weighing in on more deals than ever, and you have to have your ROI down as to why your solution is going to be the value add that company needs. Do I have that correct?
You nailed it. That's perfect, Sam.
Wonderful. Thank you, Alyssa. So if folks want to reach out to you, just remind us, what's the best way to get in touch with you? How can folks follow up if they loved hearing what you had to say on the show today?
Yeah, love to hear from you on LinkedIn. Feel free to reach out.
Awesome. And it's Alyssa Merwin, Merwin. Folks, if you want to reach out to me, you can. LinkedIn.com/in/Sam F. Jacobs. And thanks again to our sponsor, Outreach, tripling the productivity of sales teams the world over. Go to www.outreach.io for more information. Alyssa, thanks so much for being a guest on the Sales Hacker Podcast.
Thanks, Sam. Great to connect.
Talk to you soon.